It is still iBrand Daybreak, Star Corner, and of course, joining us is a big shot in Nollywood. He's a producer, director. He is so many things. Helped a lot of people in the industry find their feet. He has continued to do this great and amazing job, and today he's going to be having all that conversation with us. I'm talking about none other than Chris Onyenso. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. How are you today?
Great, and you?
Thank you. I'm doing well.
Okay, so Nollywood, huge industry. You have been able to navigate every wave, every tussle and hustle that comes with being in the industry. You're doing amazing. Your company, The Ecclesiastes, has continued to exist even with all the ups and downs that we experience in this country. And we have a lot of names attached to you that you've worked with, that you've been able to grow from scratch, and they are doing amazing today. Before we get to all that conversation, the man, Chris Onyenso, would like to meet you.
Oh, okay. Like you said it all. Good morning, people. My name is Chris Onyenso, like you said. Yeah. First of all, I'll give you one credit. You are the first person that pronounced my company name correctly. Ooh. Without making mistakes, so bravo to that.
Thank you.
Okay, Chris Onyenso is Nollywood actor, director, producer. Okay, once a scriptwriter, but I have to drop the writing aspect of me because the chunk of job is becoming too much for me. So I tailored towards producing, directing, and acting for now. Yeah. So CEO of the Ecclesiastes Productions, like she said.
All right. Yeah. I was going to ask that question, but of course you already answered it. I mean, about the script writing end of things. Yeah. But you focus on acting, directing, production. A lot of people don't understand, the whole talk around production, being a producer and managing production. Okay. Right? Can you tell us what the difference is, make it clear, so that by the time I'm saying I'm a producer now, somebody will be understanding where my pay is and not be choking me behind somewhere else.
Well, I used to say this on air anytime I'm on programs like this. I always say people, anybody can be a producer. The real profession there for me is the directing and the acting, or the scripting, because let me tell out to Nollywood. If you can afford a budget for a production, automatically that makes you a producer. Because if you sponsor a project, you could stand as a producer. Okay, but if a scriptwriter gives you a script and you're able to sort somebody who can sponsor the project, you become the producer of that project. Because it is not really tasking, because as a producer, you have a production manager who do most of the
chunk of the job. But you know that the major end of getting a complete movie done lies with, of course, the actors, because that's what makes the movie, and the director. If you have an amazing script, but the director doesn't do a good job interpreting it with your actors, it kind of ruins the entire thing. How are you able to be everything that you are and navigate all of that and you don't crack down while trying to?
Okay, the thing is that sometimes young people come to my office and they're like, so I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be a model, I want to be an actor, I want to be this at the same time. I always tell them, you don't just take all of them once. I started with one. I came into the industry as a model. I was an outstanding model in Nollywood, in entertainment industry as a whole. Then from modeling, I metamorphosed into acting. Then a few years as an actor, after I've enjoyed my royalty as an actor, I decided to expand my knowledge. I decided to work behind the camera. Especially, I understood the fact that there is strength when you have a content. Now not everybody is just creating content with phones, cameras, and all that. Then for you to have a master, as a master tape for a production, that's a big deal. So when I understood the fact that there's a lot of power when you own a content of your own, so I decided to work behind the camera. I didn't just decide to work. I studied directing. Yeah, I was privileged to do a 1 year, 6 months course in directing. It was a total production tutorial courses. Then after that, I metamorphosed into who I am today. But I tailored more in directing and acting.
All right. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing that you're here. You've been in the industry from way back.
Oh yes, I have.
You've like I said, rode the storm, and you're still here thriving. So this question I'm going to ask you, I feel like you are among the people who are in the best position to answer it.
I press so.
There has been this controversy, especially with our online family members who like to feel like they can talk about people's work and talk down or talk up on it, whatever. The talk usually is they don't write and do productions like we used to have there in the Nollywood of the early days. Even though Nollywood give it to you people, you've grown a lot. Amazing work that you're doing. I mean, it's not easy to be on top of the African movie industry as a whole. And of course, rubbing shoulders with the Hollywoods and the Bollywoods of the world. Good work. But you know, it can only get better, and we keep growing to that point. However, do you agree with that school of thought that believes that they don't make it in Nollywood like they used to make it before anymore?
But when you say they don't make it in Nollywood,
okay, so people will say things like, we don't have soaps like Everyday People anymore. We don't have soaps like, you know, soaps that will keep you glued to the screen, or even feature films that you know tell the storytelling is beautifully done, the acting is beautifully done, the storyline amazing.
Well, the truth is this, you know, life is all about evolvement. Things are evolving, things are changing. The social media, it's doing one part of the business, and the television is doing one part of the business. So now the people who consumers now, they are not patient enough to glue to a TV to watch a series for 30 minutes and follow it up. They're not patient enough to watch a movie for more than 1 hour, 30 minutes, and follow all through. So the thing is this, because people work more with gadgets these days, their phones, their iPads, tablets, laptops, tabs, and all of that. So, and the cost implication of data. So when you buy data, you try to minimize it. So people believe I can go to Instagram, flick, go to YouTube, flick. So it makes it difficult for filmmakers to tell such stories now that can stay for that long that used to be before, because before it was strictly television. Everybody's glued to their TV. For instance, I did one of the most popular TV series Nollywood ever produced, Smash Into You. It was a household name. All right, but the cost of that production wasn't just easy. Now, if you put the cost of production together, let me come for series now. By the time you shoot, minimum is 52 episodes. To make a quality 52 episode of a TV series now is a lot of money. And when you finish that production, you try to approach TV stations. They don't do those partnership or barter they used to do before. Airtime is so expensive. You can attest to that. When I did the Smash Into You, I spent over 30 million naira on airtime alone.
And that was how many years ago?
That was 2009, 10, 11. I'm not talking about cost of production just for airtime, because I was airing almost 6 TV stations or thereabout with that project there. So it was so alarming. Now I cannot afford to use my 30 million naira to go and pay for airtime now, when I don't even know what I'm going to make at the end of it. Because one, you're not paying that airtime doesn't assure you of commercials. Yeah,
viewership.
No, the viewership might be there, but we're looking for those adverts.
Of course.
Brand fit, thank you. So you're paying that money, you're not guaranteed of that. Okay, you know, sometimes I had to take that series off air because I finished a quarter in a particular TV station, I didn't get anything. Another TV station, I didn't get, and this TV station, the least I paid was 4-point-something million each.
Wow.
So who would want to do that?
Yeah, that answers that question. Yeah. Let us bring it home to the Ecclesiastes. Yeah. The Ecclesiastes is so many things in one: talent management, production, and a lot of things. Tell us about the Ecclesiastes.
Okay, I call it, some people that don't know, it's a Greek name. The Ecclesiastes is not English. So that was why I gave you credit for pronouncing it properly. Some people struggle to pronounce that name, but I choose that name from the Bible. Growing up as a child, you know, those that will have Sunday school in churches. I'm a good Christian, for those of you who don't know that. Yeah. So we have Sunday schools. So whenever I used to give an assignment, this Sunday they would say you will recite a recitation. So somebody would say memory verses. So anytime you get to me, they will always give me Ecclesiastes to go and rehearse. Then I started following Ecclesiastes, the likes of the life of Solomon, King Solomon, time and season and all that. That's what make up Ecclesiastes. So every Sunday when they say, hey, today, Chris, you are going to, everybody will just shout Ecclesiastes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So time I was ready to register a company, and I said, okay, I decided to search the meaning of Ecclesiastes. And I did, and the name fits my vision. So I had to register the Ecclesiastes.
So how has it been operating such a company in an entertainment industry like what we have in Nigeria? It has not been very easy. I must give it to the guys in the entertainment industry. You guys grew from nothing by yourself, funded yourself, pushed yourself.
That's right.
What is that pushing and funding like for you? What has it been like navigating the industry?
Well, let me be very, very honest with you. This is national TV. It's not been easy. All right, but what I did so much when I discovered that my grace and my strength is for people, I now decided to invest more on people than myself. You know, sometimes people walk into my office, they will say, I know you now. So when they hear Chris Onyen, so they expect to see this old pot-belly man and all that. And when they see me with my jean and t-shirt with Chuck's crossing finger, like, sir, I know you now. I say, yeah, you know me. You know, so it has not been easy because one, I have been working solely for myself, sole effort. And by the special grace of God, I have been able to do projects that is outstanding. You know, when other young people like me raise money to go buy car, when I raise my own money, I invest it in people's life, which is what? Production. You understand? So over the years, Ecclesiastes as a company has produced stars in Nollywood today who are doing marvelously well. I can give you the list, so nobody can debate that. They know that, yeah? I have that grace anyway. So it's not just about having a company. It's not just about having the money. It's all about your grace. What is your grace talking for? My grace is not your grace.
Exactly.
You have your grace in your own area. Now, my own grace is in this particular, because truth be told, I'm good in what I do.
I can see that.
I love my work. I give everything. Just like today, you guys gave me court. I don't joke with time. When they gave me call time of this program, by 5 a.m. I was already awake. That's me.
Okay.
I'm a disciplinarian.
All right, Sam.
All right, so let's just talk a little about your space, the Nollywood industry.
Yeah.
Because I feel you're the best person I should be talking to at this point.
I hope so.
Okay. Now, talk to us. How big is the Nollywood industry? You know why I ask you this question? A lot of people who do not find themselves in your space just think you guys are playing. That's one. Some even think, what are they even contributing to the GDP?
Yeah.
That's two. And I quite understand and concur to what you said earlier on, when you said, when you come up with a project with huge sum of amount,
that's right,
it's very, very suicidal to just go in and start talking to media houses to air, because you're not sure if you'll rake that money back.
Right.
Now, it goes to show that a lot of sponsors are even scared sponsoring projects like yours, because there's no structure on ground that can really monitor the profit and how these movies are being, distributed. Let me put it that way. So how lucrative, how big is this industry?
Yeah, for me, the industry is big. The industry has done so well. I'll just take it back. A few days ago, I was talking with a lady, and all they talk about Nollywood is negativity.
You see what I'm saying?
Nobody is projecting the positive aspect of Nollywood. The impact Nollywood has done. Nollywood has contributed so much in the society that we're living today. If you take it up, censorship, for instance, before you air any standard project on any screen, you must censor it.
Sure.
And that's contribution to Censors Board on its own. They will pay money for you to air anything that is substantial enough to go on air.
Yeah.
That's number one. So we're contributing towards that. We're making posters. We're contributing for people who are in the printing press. Back in the DVD and all that. A lot of company is no longer functioning today because Nollywood is no longer making DVDs and CDs. A lot of company folded. Yes, that's a simple truth. That's the strength of Nollywood. Now, just like you said, we have single-handedly grown the industry to the weight where it is today. People want to be identified with Nollywood. I'm privileged to travel outside this country, in, let's say, different countries outside here. I know the impact. For instance, I can't remember last time I will go to an airport and stay on queue. I can't remember I go to any place, popular place in this Lagos state, and I'll stay on queue. There's this respect and preferential treatment you get for being somebody in the Nollywood industry. But people thinking that we don't have a stake, people think we don't have assurance. No, I disagree with them. We do. It's just that in every Judas there must be, in every 12 there must be a Judas. Yeah. So one bad person, one bad egg doesn't mean that you should condemn the remainder of the eggs. That's where I will hang that.
Now let me ask you, is there something we're not really doing well? Which is the reason a lot of media houses, I want to be very precise about media houses, because I shot a pilot sometime in 2015, a project, and it was very difficult for me to get that partnership with media houses. Very. I knew what I went through. I was able to successfully switch into another project, and I got a partnership with a radio station. Now, what is the reason why a lot of media houses who are supposed to be there for us content-wise, because they're also going to make money from it, why is it that they are not willing to want to associate with those who are content creators?
I think I will answer this question directly. And maybe there will be some people might come after, right? But I'm ready to take this. The problem is the agencies.
When you mean agencies?
Yeah, you know, in the media industry, there are agents that control the media.
Sure, I know. Advertisers.
Advertisers. Yeah. They are the reason for what you just said. Because the truth is, I faced the same thing you talked about. Even people are still requesting for the continuation of that story, that series till tomorrow. I did something in 2007, 2006, 2007. I shot the first movie that brought cinema back to Nollywood today. Chris Onyenso did it. I can say it anywhere. Yes. As of 2004, 5, check anywhere. There was not like cinema in Nigeria. We never had cinemas. You understand? The first cinema that came was Silverbird.
Yeah, that's the only cinema we know.
The one at Ahmad Bello, right? Now, when Silverbird came on board, there wasn't like Nollywood on cinemas. It's strictly American films. I shot a movie, go and check it, road by road. That's the movie that brought cinema back. When I finished that movie, I approached Uncle Ben Bruce then. We talked about airing. They said they can't air Nollywood film. They don't have producer for that. But when I was shooting that movie film, do you know, I mistakenly shot that movie on HDV. If you know the camera then, on HDV. By mistake, truth be told, because Nollywood was on DV. But I mistakenly shot on HDV. And I didn't know it was going to turn out to be a blessing in disguise for me. You know, that was how I premiered that movie at Silverbird. It was a total shutdown. I brought in stars, the Drobbers, the J.J. Okocha, Mikel, name it, all the African stars. I brought them down for that project. So that was one of the hittest, or should I say hottest? Yes, never happened in Hollywood then. But the truth is, when you do, that's what when we talk about series now, why you don't see people doing more series? If you do series, Fenish, the agencies, I don't know if I should use this word, it's a cabal.
Yes, it is a cabal.
I must say this.
But I think as content creators, we do not look at content that will be in sync with brands if we really want brands to come up, because agencies are responsible for the finances of brand when it comes to media and publicity. So they must not make that mistake to associate their brands whom they have control over their account with any kind of
Can I tell you my personal experience? Every brand in this country today is being managed by one agency or the other.
Yes, I know.
Good. And if you like, go and bring Angelina Jolie to shoot a content here. If you are not in line with those agencies, they will not take it.
I know how it works.
That's the simple truth. I will witness to that. I've been in a situation whereby I'm seeing content on air that does not even anywhere close to my project, and they're having hundreds of commercials on them. Yeah, and my own is coming after our program. They'll give me pure water. They'll give me that, you know. So what are we saying? So we know all that, man.
All right, quickly, in rounding up, you are... I basically enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you.
But quickly, just before we go, the Ecclesiastes production company and you, is there something we should be looking out for anytime soon?
Oh yeah, we're always doing what we know how to do best. I've been on a media tour for a while now. I'm projecting one of my new new artist. So I've been taking him on media tour. We've almost rounded all the TV stations in Lagos State and all that, but radio stations. So, but one about series continue. So for you that want series, we started one about. One about is a character that I created in 2013. So due to the constant request of people who want to see that character, it was actually in a movie, but I had to take that character out of the movie. Now it's coming as a series. So we started the production. We still start shooting. I'm shooting from next week. Mwaba is now going to Cotonou. We'll be in Cotonou next week for production. And then from Cotonou, we'll still come back to Lagos. So that's our latest project for now.
Do you take interns for young cats who want to grow themselves in this industry?
Yeah, of course. That's the best aspect of me. That's why I enjoy doing a lot.
All right, so if I want to intern with you, how do I reach out? Social media? Your handles?
Okay, the same name. Onyenso Cinema on Instagram. Though it's my new, they hacked my first Instagram account. So I'm just using a new one. It was on 250 followers when they hacked. Then we never knew that Instagram would become business. You know, we have refollow, people just follow for who you are, for they like you. We didn't know it was going to be business. So we still, so Onyenso Cinema on Instagram, Onyenso Cinema on YouTube, Chris Onyenso on Facebook.
All right, go ahead, follow Chris Onyenso on Facebook, Onyenso Cinema on all the other social media platforms. Reach out. He takes interns. He's open to working with anybody and everybody. So if you have something that you're sure would interest him, please go ahead, send him a DM. His DM is very open and slippery.
My phone numbers are there.
All right, thank you so much, Chris, for coming around.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very
welcome.
man. All right, it is still iBrand Daybreak Star Corner. One other star will be joining us, of course, to express and share. Don't miss it. Stay with us.